love when people come in and solidify my argument even more for me. I don't even gotta do nothing. Um, First off, old Steve J here, whose account is like barely a month old, has no photo, no content, no nothing, wants to come on my video and talk about and maybe I should have phrased the title differently. Maybe I should have said like AMC and GME are not being directly shorted like you think. Maybe I should have said that instead of saying they're not being directly shorted, because yes, they still can to a degree be directly shorted. That wasn't the point. That wasn't my argument. And had you watched any videos prior to this one, no one on here would have been saying anything dumb. Um, Either way, I don't know if this dude's an AI bot or what he is, but he literally tells the other person I was going back and forth with that I agree with everything you said. People should really read up before spewing information they are not 100% sure about. First off, there's nobody anywhere on YouTube right now, anywhere, that is 100% sure about what is going on, other than the people doing the crazy bullshit they're doing to drive this price down. They're the only ones that 100% know what they're doing. But those of us that dig around and look around and find information and come up with theories and then put out, relevant videos substantiating our theories. Not saying we're 100% right, that we know this is exactly what's happening, but if, 2 plus 2 equals 4 and you can prove it in some way, I know, why not believe it? Or don't. You don't ever have to believe anything I put out. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to help people who want answers and can't find them or don't understand it, at least have some sort of knowledge about what could very, very possibly be going on. But from there, anyway, because no one's 100% sure about anything, if hedge funds were only using ETFs to short these stocks, it would be cost prohibitive to solely use ETFs to move the price to a degree needed. However, as a last resort, which has been made clear in several of my videos that I feel like this is their last-ditch effort, especially when the short seller rule is in place, ETFs are used. And when you have a brand new ETF that comes out, it's under $10 and like 7% of it is AMC. Are you insane? That is that is like the cheapest ETF out there with the most AMC in it. It's cheaper than the fucking stock itself. They could buy so much of that to slam the price down, which they did. And I preemptively made videos to show, hey, look at this that just popped up, the law picks. I'm keeping an eye on this. I bet tomorrow we see some crazy shit with all the AMC that's inside of it. Boom, done, gone. Anyway, I just thought this shit was hilarious. Maybe a real person, maybe a bot. I don't know. But if you want to jump on my shit and have discussions, cool. I have no issue with that. But if you don't have any content, you can't even provide me with a link. I don't want to hear your fucking theory. I don't want to listen to what you think is going on based on videos you've watched of other people or heard on a podcast. If you yourself did not do any sort of research on your own and you don't have any content you can show me for me to analyze and go, you know what, your argument might be sound here. You might be onto something. I don't want to fucking just hear your speculation. It's circumstantial. The shit don't fly in court. Don't fly with me. If you don't have evidence, if you don't have physical proof for something, or you're not an eyewitness and actually saw what they did, take your speculative horseshit somewhere else. Just please. I don't want to hear it. This fucking dude right here. Gotta be a bot or something. I don't know. Could be a dude. Might be one of the big streamers who decided to make a fake account because they don't like that I'm telling people they're full of shit. Whatever. Could be what's gonna be. I just thought it was hilarious. Dude literally did this whole roundabout paragraph just to say that as a last resort, especially with the short seller rules in place like I've been talking about, all the new margin requirements, a lot of prime brokers are not even allowing you to directly short at all. And some people are like, well, they're just not letting you short. The hedge funds can short. We don't short. Retail investors don't fuck. What? Are you kidding? What? We're not shorting this thing. Are you serious? Yeah, a lot of those rules were in place for the hedge funds. They were put in place because of the shorting that was taking place. It was ridiculous. It's insane. Anyway, I thought that was funny. And to all the people that are out here like saying, oh, well, the government's not going to control the squeeze. There's solid, legitimate, you know, information out there that says they may actually already be doing it. That's why your orders are being routed like they are, and nobody's stepping in and going, hey, that's not cool. Because they're trying to put together the playbook and the blueprints for how they're going to handle this. They are not going to let 2008 happen again. I know most of you were learning how to walk or still shitting in fucking Pampers when 2008 happened. The government is not going to allow that to happen again. And you know what caused that? Credit default swaps. That's what caused that whole thing. That caused that. So AMC and GME and some other things being shorted to fucking death by gigantic hedge funds who have so much money in so many different places in this stock market, it would be catastrophic for them to be liquidated. It would just tank so many other fucking positions, potentially, theoretically, if they had to return everything like all at once. And AMC and GME and everything would fucking skyrocket, and then everyone else would see their shit going down in their other positions, and they would pull them. Everyone would just pull them, and they'd be trying to get into AMC and GME to get a piece of that pie. We were already set up for another market collapse. We were. Before this shit happened, it was already coming. The bear was on the way. A giant market correction was on the horizon. You could see it over a year ago. It was obvious. This is not a correction. This is something that will destroy it. It would be 2008 all over again. I promise you the government is well aware of it. It's everywhere, all over the place. I'm sure Kenny probably called somebody, hey guys, I fucked up, man. That $100 million program I got, I kind of left it running overnight, forgot to monitor it, and it did some crazy shit. There's a very good chance right now that a lot of the shit that we're all like, why the fuck is this happening? This is obviously illegal. How are they getting away with this? Blah, blah, blah. There's a play being put together. Damage control. That's literally, I don't even think I need to read the rest of this. Everything I'm reading about this literally appears to just be damage control. It appears to be all the rules and filings and everything needed to be in place for damage control. So that when this happens, the entire market just does not dissolve, because there's things in place that are going to prevent that from happening, which is good. I don't care. That's cool. No big deal. There's other pieces of a puzzle that need to go into place. What has happened here is so fucking illegal. It's Bernie Madoff-ish. Someone's got to go to jail. I feel like they're going to try to blame it on the computer, but that is not going to be good enough for people. We're going to want to know whose job it was to watch that computer, and why didn't they turn it off? Why didn't they stop it? Then they need to go to jail. Someone's going to have to go to jail. So you got the new cowboy coming into the SEC, the prosecutor, attorney general from Jersey or whatever. He's, coming in to regulate. Literally, to regulate all the bad shit, bullshit, manipulation, corruption right on time. This gigantic new filing comes out, which still has to go up for comment, and I think it still, has like 45 days or whatever before it would technically be approved and in effect. So there's still time. There's time for this shit to be set up and to have safety nets put in place to make sure 2008 doesn't happen again. They are not going to let 2008 happen again. This world, the state that it's in, way too fucking fragile for that shit. Way too fragile. You've already seen what's happened over the last year. Let the market crash. Let the market crash. You unlocked people in their homes for over a year, and now you're going to tell them if this shit crashes, you're going to take their home? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Just keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. You know, be careful. Don't let and don't let me tell, if you believe something and you are like have a deep conviction and you believe something, to your core. Don't let me fucking change your mind. That's what you believe, good for you. Like, having the belief in something is one of the strongest things we can do, exercising free will as a human being. And I'm never here to try to change anybody's mind. I'm just here for those that are confused, for those that don't know what's going on, don't have a clue what could be potentially going on. I've been watching this for a while. I've been studying shit for a while. I read a lot about this. I look into filings. I try to look into other shit by other means. And then I just bring you guys, what I'm able to bring you, what I've come up with. Like, seriously. I promise you I'm by no means stupid. I have a 4.3 GPA in my bachelor course right now that I'm going to complete with a 4.3 GPA. I'm sitting in two of my classes right now for this semester. I'm in two. I'm at a 114% is my grade. My other grade is 111%. My class average in one is an 89 and then the other an 81. I promise you what I'm bringing you comes from a good place. It comes from well thought out, critical thinking. But it doesn't mean I'm right. It does not mean I'm right. And I want to make sure you know that. I'm by no means saying I'm 100% right. This is what the fuck they are doing. I know it to my core, blah, blah, blah. All I could just do is show you what I see and be like, this is what it looks like they're doing. This is, I thought that this may be what they're doing, so I looked into it, and every fucking breadcrumb I follow leads me to another door, and I open it, and boom, there's the Cookie Monster, just fucking wrecking the whole entire bag of cookies. So, gonna be what it's gonna be. But either way, like I said, I am not saying I am 100% correct at all. I could 100% be wrong. All the shit I have looked up, put together, tried to present could just be coincidental shit. It could be. It could all just be coincidental that it like lines up that way and looks that way, and that I just could be 100% luck that I've kind of been able to deduce where I figured they were going to bounce this thing between and shit. Yeah, it could all be luck. All of it. I have no idea. I'm not a psychic, so I don't have a crystal ball. I see what I see. I try to put two and two together, and I try to present it to you guys because I know so many people are freaking out right now. They have been for the last month with everything that's happened, and the guys you look to for support offer you nothing. They literally offer you nothing. Every week they say the same shit over and over. And now they're telling you, oh yeah, there's no fucking, government getting involved in this and regulated squeeze. No one's saying it's a regulated squeeze. It's a, like I said, a safety net being put in place so the market doesn't fucking collapse. That's what most of us believe is going on here. Nothing to do like they're sitting here going, okay, all right, well let's let it run up to 80 and then stop it. And then when it gets down to 60, we'll let it run back. We'll let it run to 100 and then stop it. Like, no one's saying that they're directly, legitimately regulating the squeeze per se, but the potential fallout that would happen from giant hedge funds like Citadel does not only own AMC. This is what people have been trying to say for a long time. Citadel doesn't only have positions in AMC. They are not only short in AMC. They have a lot of stock, long positions, and a lot of other parts of this market. Unfortunately, they are down a significant degree in short positions. We don't know how much. And then they do. They know exactly how much they're down. They know exactly how many shares they have naked short. They know exactly how many need to be returned. Someone's out there saying, well, the government can't be involved because they would need to know how many shares are shorted, how many total shares there are, and they don't know that. Yeah, promise you if they want to know that, Ken's going to show them. Ken's going to open the book and be like, look, if he did not already call them and be like, guys, man, I fucked up. I need your help. We got to do something. You can't have my face on the front of the news as the guy that pulled another 2008. I can't have that. Believe what you want to believe. It don't matter. I tried telling my whole community and everybody about this COVID shit back in 2019 when I was reading about it around the world, and I got a hold of a document that was to and from Fauci and the government for the $7 billion he wanted to actually open that COVID facility here in the United States. And they told him, no, I don't think so. You better fucking find somewhere off land because we ain't fucking taking the fall for that shit. And he did. Sent money out to Wuhan. I said that shit at the very end of 19. Hey, this cat, your boy Dr. Fauci, just sent a bunch of money to a lab in Wuhan, hired a scientist, this female scientist who'd been studying gain of function of coronaviruses in bats for like 16 years. And some crazy's going on. I was watching that doctor when he live streamed, the Chinese doctor over there. Like the lab was under the hospital he was working at, and he kept getting these patients, and they were real sick. He didn't know what it was, didn't know why, and then he somehow found out what was going on under his feet, and he got about 90 seconds of a live stream video out before the feed cut. And then the next time there was anything seen of him, it was him laid up in a fucking hospital bed, unconscious, with this deadly virus called coronavirus that had escaped, and blah, 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 all that shit. Like, I watched that, I saw that, and I try to tell all the peoples I know about it, this is bullshit, this is crazy, this is dumb. I worked all through the pandemic, up and down I-95 in Virginia, between D.C. and Richmond. Like, worked all through it. Never wore a mask. In and out of Walmarts, gas stations, fucking hardware stores, everything. And I never got this virus. Ever. You want to know what combated this virus? Fresh air, vitamin D, water, shit like that. Virus, very real. How deadly it was? Very fake. Very, very fake. And how contagious it was? Depended on you. Like, it was meant to attack weakened immune systems, the elderly or the immunocompromised. That's what it was for. This thing is a huge, huge, huge ordeal. And I've seen the proof, witness proof, saw the shit, and now people are apologizing to me, thinking I was fucking crazy because now Fauci's been linked to Wuhan. They told me I was crazy. Oh, well, okay, well, I know they're talking about Fauci knowing some things now, but there's no link for him to Wuhan. Then, like, fucking 3 days later, we got some receipts here from Fauci sending millions here, millions here, millions here out to Wuhan. Seriously, like, your government is involved in way more shit than you could ever imagine. There's a reason the United States is the largest world superpower, and they have maintained being the largest world superpower, and they are the youngest country in the world. So, that shit don't just happen by accident. To think that this is not being managed would be silly. To guarantee that it is, you can't. Nobody knows. But, again, you can put pieces of a puzzle together. If you were here and witnessed 2008, you already know that the government's not going to allow that to happen again. This gigantic 300 some odd page is the largest filing I've ever combed through. And this right here is basically a gigantic safety net for it. That is literally what it is. And all the pieces are being pushed around and moved on the board until they're all in place for these fools to go, okay, checkmate. Game over. Let it go. Do the thing. Let's see how it goes. Oh, again, could be wrong. Could be 100% wrong. It just doesn't seem that way. Doesn't seem that way. So we'll see. We'll check back in a couple months. Hopefully the squeeze has happened by then and everyone's happy and has their money, and then we're just talking about the aftermath and the what ifs and all the fucking crazy information that's going to come out once this thing does go. Like, who's responsible for what exactly they did, how many fucking naked shorts there were. Like, I can't wait for that. I can't wait to be talking about that shit. That's going to be fun as fuck. Especially if it corroborates anything that I've speculated about up to this point. Not because I want to say I told you so or anything, but just because it'll make me happy that I was on the right track. The investigating shit I was doing was correct. I was looking in the right places, and that trusting my intuition was a smart thing to do. So, we'll see. But let me get out of here. Long ass video. Sorry, another 20-minute video. Yeah, go cook some dinner. Fucking do something. Go pump some iron. Go for a run. Plug in your buds. Let me brainwash you a bit like these big old YouTubers do. Oh yeah, shout out to Course. Congrats on getting your channel back, dude. That's crazy. That's right there already shows me that this community still has no idea what's going on. Anyone that's watched me knows I'm not harmful and dangerous to the community. Yes, you are. Not maybe physically or anything like that, but financially, you are a danger, and you were a danger, and you caused financial harm to a lot of uneducated people in June. A lot. And the beginning of July. A whole lot. So, difference of opinion. That's all that is. Anyone that disagrees, by all means, I ain't mad at you. Believe what you want to believe. I do find it funny, though. Funny that now he and Trey have both almost started crying on live stream. Just like this choked up. Give that boy a fucking Oscar. Seriously. Give him an Oscar. I was waiting for it. I was like, is he going to start trying to cry here? Because he just looked like he was trying to think of the saddest thing that ever happened to him in his life and then tried to get choked up. Could be real. Could have been real emotion. Who knows? Oh, no. Never met the guy. Seems like he might be a real nice guy. Who knows? All right, for real, I'm out of here.